38 minutes and 19 seconds? Oh my god, what have I done? I can't believe... I know, it might be the longest video I've ever done. It may be. I mean, it's seriously 38 minutes. It's ridiculous. And then, on top of it, it's wrong. Sorry. Somebody told me that nowadays those are real people, they're not actors. And I repeatedly say throughout that video, oh, they're just actors. It's not really true. It's true. And that insipid voice. You know, I actually did think it was Ray Comfort, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say anything in the 38-minute video. I didn't say anything, but I thought maybe it was Ray Comfort who's doing the interviewing. Apparently that's who it is. And apparently they're real people in the video. I'm talking about my video that I put up last night. Tactics of the Christian Cult. The 38-minute long video. Okay. Yes. I made a video of a video, and I'll put the link below. And it shows very well the tactics. But anyway, the point of this video is I'm just going to play some of the clips that I made from that really super long video for people who don't have 38 minutes of their life that they're willing to sacrifice. This is a shorter video to show some of the points that I made watching this vile piece of put together by Ray Comfort, which was called... what was it called? Atheists Hear the Gospel for the First Time, which is comical because now that I know they're real people, and I guess one of them is a scientist, and they had heard the gospel before, so that's a very false title for the video, and the whole thing is just filled with dishonesty. Now that I know they're real people, I'm pretty sure that this guy spliced together a bunch of little bits and pieces from interviews to make it appear that he had the upper hand through these interviews, and that these people are just so clueless. Oh, wow, you're so wise. You know, I mean, that's totally what he did to make this video, and it's just more examples of how this cult deliberately deceives. They stoop to any imaginable form of dishonesty in Christianity. And yet this is supposed to be, you know, representing the real God. And yet they're the most dishonest people of all. You know, I mean, we see dishonesty everywhere we turn with these apologetics like Bible Thumpy Waynut and Cy Tenbruggen Kate, whatever his name is, you know. And here's another form. Let's take a bunch of clips from people, misrepresent them completely by splicing up the clips. They misrepresent the founding fathers of America. So what does it matter if they misrepresent nice, normal people? Like, you know, just ordinary, mundane people. So anyway, not to say that the founding fathers weren't normal people. They were probably normal people, but anyway. So yes, here's the clips from that really unbelievably long video I made last night, and also my attempt to correct myself. I was wrong. But see, I'm taking accountability for my actions. This is what atheists do. They take accountability. I'm not going to go pray. Oh God, I'm so sorry I misrepresented those people. I said they weren't real people. Oh, I feel better now. I'm free. I'm free of my sin. See, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, you know what? It's so stupid. I didn't know. I was really sure they were actors, but I was wrong. That's what I'm going to do because I'm an atheist and I take accountability when I do something stupid. When I can't pronounce big words, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I can't pronounce big words, so I'm not perfect. If you don't like perfection, you know, if you don't like imperfection, I should say. See, more imperfection. There's a lot of other people on YouTube who can pronounce words better than me. So anyway, these are the clips from last night's video. I'm going to shut up now so it doesn't get to be another 38-minute long video. But I wanted people to see the clips who maybe would enjoy them without having to watch the 38-minute video. Thank you. Here's the clips now. Let me tell you something you know intuitively. This is the worst of all. Because a book says we all know this, It must be true. We just know it intuitively because the book says so. And you know, so there's really no such thing as atheists. We all just know. We all just know. We're just in denial. We're walking around in denial because we all just know we're born with the knowledge that Christianity is true. We're born with the knowledge. This is like the most arrogant imaginable teaching, and yet they actually say this to people. You already know. You just already know. No, you know what? I actually don't, and what I do know is that evolution is actually based on evidence, and I've dug myself in the ground and pulled out evidence. And so I don't believe in your stupid book, and I don't know intuitively anything. What I do know is I have a lot to learn, and that the planet is the way to find what I need to learn. Digging in the ground, reading books by people who have dug in the ground, people who study, people who observe the movements of the planets and the stars to learn about our planet and our star. That's how you learn. Studying things, chemical reactions in a lab and seeing what affects what. You know, that's how you learn. Putting together reproductions of what early Earth might have been like as far as in its environment, and watching how things react to that. That's how you learn. You don't learn from a stupid book. You don't learn because a book says that you might just intuitively know that we're right. That's right. You just know. You were born with the knowledge deep down inside. You know that we're right. You know what I think? I think deep down inside Christians know that they're wrong. I think deep down inside Christians know intuitively that they're wrong. That's why Christians never do what Bigfoot hunters do. They never actually go out and scour the earth for the evidence to prove themselves right. They never do that. They don't want to waste their time because they know they won't find anything. They intuitively know that they're wrong. That's why they have to go to church every Sunday. So much for faith. They have to continue to repeat the same mantras over and over and over and over because they don't have faith. They have to artificially produce this shit because they know deep inside it's not true, and they have to cover that knowledge up with the bullshit, more and more and more and more bullshit. We need to go to church twice a week. We need to sing these songs more. We need to read the Bible more. We need to outshout our own common sense as much as possible, because if we don't, that little voice is going to start talking to us inside that we don't want to hear, because we know what it's going to say, that it's wrong. Because they know intuitively that it is wrong, that it's bullshit. Christians know that it's wrong. And you know what? They turn the tables and they try to tell atheists that we know. Intuitively, we know that God really exists. We know. We were born with the knowledge that Christianity is true. Way. His little whistleblower is his book. His little book tells him that this guy knows God. That's right. The book tells him so. What does he do? He goes out and gets into people's faces and tells them what they already know. He tells them, you don't know that you know this, but you really do. You know this. You don't really know that you know, but you do know. And I know because I have a book that tells me so. I know better than you do what you know because I have a book that tells me so. You know, and this guy, this young Asian man, he bullies him more than anybody. And I feel bad. If these are real people, I feel bad because this is, again, this guy's like, I know you're wrong, but you know what? He's got this guy so caught off balance, he doesn't know what to say. He's rendered speechless. So he's basically become vulnerable to the attack of this vicious man in this vicious fucking cult. You know, again, this is probably just an actor, but this is what they do. It's tactics that they do, and it's evil. I want to know how evolution gets rid of moral accountability. If anything, humans are more accountable when they get rid of the fucking lie that is Christianity. Because the lie that is Christianity says that all you have to do if you do something wrong is say, Dear God, please forgive me. I sinned. Please, God, forgive me. And it's like God takes an eraser and just wipes it all clean. You don't have to be accountable for anything because God just wipes it all clean. You can go right out the next day and you can do some more bad shit because, that next night you can just pray again and it'll just all go away. All that pesky sin, God just wipes it clean. That's what Christians do. They can sin their whole lives because they know at the end all they have to do is apologize. Oh God, I'm so sorry for all the sins. Every single sin I did, and even the sins I don't remember do. Lord, I apologize. Please forgive me. Okay, I'm dead. I get to go to heaven now. That's what Christianity does, and that's what it teaches. The moment you become an atheist, you lose that. The moment you become an atheist, you face the accountability of every action you have. He says that you want to believe in evolution because then you get to escape accountability. Bullshit. That's an outright lie. It's the other way around. You become an atheist and you don't have a magic man in the sky wiping all your bad sin away. You don't have your guilt just absolved by God. You have to live with your error. You have to carry the weight of the fact that you hurt somebody. You might even have to go to that person because you can't stand how it makes you feel and apologize to them rather than just let it just fall behind you as you walk on. I've moved on. I don't need to worry about how I hurt so-and-so. I have just moved on, and who cares what a wreck I've made of their life. I've been forgiven. Rather than have to clean up your mess, rather than have to apologize to the person that you've wronged or feel guilt. Heaven forbid that you should feel guilt for doing horrible, mean things to people. Yeah, become a Christian. You don't have to feel any bad feelings. No, when you dump the cult, suddenly you have to be responsible. You have to take accountability for your actions. Yeah. So, I don't know, if you want to watch the rest, I decided I'm not going to keep playing these clips because they're really quite sickening. He turns these people. The older lady in the clip, she actually is reduced to tears by this attack that he makes. I'm hoping, again, that these are just actors, and this is just a setup. This just little scenes from basically whatever, but they really do that. They make this poor woman is crying later in the part of this video because they've made her feel like shit. They're all like, oh, I'm listening to you because you're so wise. By the end of the video, they're all doing that. They're like, ooh, and then the one guy goes, I can't even imagine that. In fact, I think I recorded it here. I'll find it where he says that. Oh, I think it's this one.
Clothe us in the righteousness of Christ, so on Judgment Day you're saved from God's wrath and His justice because of the death and resurrection of the Savior.
Isn't that special?
God will give you a righteous standing in His eyes. He'll wash away your sins in an instant. He'll grant you the gift of everlasting life. His last words on the cross were, "It is finished." In other words, the debt has been paid. He came to take our punishment upon Himself. So because our fine was paid by another, God can legally dismiss your case.
It's very hard to believe that someone would be willing to pay off the debts that
the Bible says God is love.
It's bullshit. But this is what he gets at the end. They're all just like, listening to show he's so smart, he's so wise. We don't have any evidence at all that there is a God. We have no evidence that Jesus did anything or that He even existed. And none of the and by the way, the reason that you're the way you are is because God made you the way you are, and the reason original sin happened is because God set that all up to happen, because He could see the future, and He made humans because part of His divine plan is that humans committed original sin so they could be beholding to Him for the rest of eternity. Yeah, and he could give them two choices. You can either worship me forever, and I'm sorry, but if you're going to be worshiping me in heaven, I'm your primary focus. You think you're going to be strolling through picturesque parks with your reunited loved ones when you're in heaven. No, this is a jealous God. He's going to want 100% of your time. Every single day for the rest of eternity. That's what he's going to want when you're in heaven. You're not going to even get to look over at so-and-so, because if you do that, you're showing for that one split second that somebody else is more important than God. Or if you even stop and think, gosh, I'm just so glad that so-and-so's here in heaven with me. I don't think God's going to approve, because you're not showing, and then that one split second that it takes to make that thought, God isn't your number one priority, that other person is. I think in heaven there's not going to be any time to spend with your loved ones. You're going to be too busy worshiping the giant ego and praising the giant ego and stroking the giant ego that's never going to be finished, never going to be sated. It's always going to want more and more and more and more. That's one choice. The other choice is being tortured forever if you don't believe. He even says it in here. You can escape God's wrath that you deserve as punishment for all your sins that we've managed to make you feel really shitty about because you're just a normal person and people make mistakes. But Christianity, oh my God, does Christianity exploit that? Oh my gosh, you did something wrong. You need us. You need our religion. Yes, you need to believe what we tell you to believe, or you're going to be tortured forever. This is a cult. This is what cults do. Christianity is nothing but a filthy, extremely large cult. And it's a poison. This is a drama. I'm very sure this is just a reenactment. But it's what they do to people. It's what they do to people. They break people down. They make people that are happy with themselves and feeling good about themselves, they get them to the point where they're feeling broken and horrible. Oh, you're just such a bad person. You're a liar and a thief and a blasphemer and an adulterer. You're horrible and you deserve to be tortured forever by our God. Oh, unless you do this. And it's all because our book says so. Okay, there. Not sure if stringing those clips together made any kind of sense, really, but there they are, for what it's worth. If you've been watching, thanks. Bye!